No. What's up, everyone? Aaron Nagler here, doing some extra cheese chatting on the YouTube channel. Hope everyone's having a good day. I was trying to adjust this so the light's not ridiculous. Hello, everybody already pining and lining up and ready to talk some Packers. Always good to see everyone. Brandon, hello. Dan. Gary will be a beast, says Sam. I tend to agree. Yo, Andrew, what's up? What up from Chicago? Max, hello from New York City. Hope you're well. Sorry, this thing is bad. That might be a little better. Waiting for Raji. Easy there, Batub. What's up, Caden? How are you? Can we get Leroy Butler rant today? I gotta work. It's gotta happen organically. I can't just produce it. Nagy, what do you think? Your offensive line can stop Khalil Mack? Well, if you go back and you watch, Brian Bulaga actually fared pretty well against him. Jason Spriggs had an issue, but I think much was made about Mack's production in Week 1. A lot of that was due to the quarterback, which was DeShone Kizer, putting the ball in bad situations. When Bulaga was on the field against Mack, he fared pretty well. Obviously, Spriggs had his hands full that second meeting down in Chicago, but I believe Bulaga and company can hold up. I mean, obviously, they're still very talented everywhere else. I mean, really, if you want to commit to extra bodies to Mack, then you got to deal with Hicks on the inside. He's a monster as well. So there's no easy solutions there. But I think the biggest key will be getting the ball out of Rodgers' hands quickly. I think that's, without question, going to be priority number one for LaFleur heading into Week 1. I'm going to the 49ers game. It will be my first Packers game ever. Oh, you're going to have a ball, man. You're going to have a great time. Will Jenkins start at right guard over Turner, Alex? That's what training camp is for. Now, obviously, they paid Turner a bunch of money, so you got to think he's going to have a pretty good, not a head start, but at least he'll probably be given every opportunity to earn that job. But if Jenkins comes in and balls out and makes it impossible to keep him off the field, maybe it's his job. But that is going to be a true training camp battle. And I wouldn't put it past the realm of possibility that, those guys will be battling with Lane Taylor as well at left guard. I think Lane will be given the starting job to begin with, but if they come in and clearly outperform him, I don't think anything's set in stone there. If we agree that Kizer cannot be trusted to be the backup yet, Rodgers is getting less injury prone. Matt, I'll say I've made quite a bit of hay about DeShone Kizer being the backup, how I'm not a big fan of it. But at this point, it's pretty clear that he is the plan. And, as poorly as he looked last year, he was thrown into 2 pretty tough situations. And if you look at his development, he's still a very young player. He's had, a bunch of different coaches, a bunch of different systems. And I get when you step on the field, you are judged accordingly by what you put on tape between the white lines. And there's no doubt what he has put on tape has been very disappointing. But he is still very young. He is still developing. Maybe Matt LaFleur can get something out of him that eluded him both in Cleveland and in Green Bay last year. What is going on with Dean Lowry, Joshua? He is slated to be a Green Bay Packer and will hopefully contribute in the defensive line rotation. But we'll see. Who knows what's going on with Dean Lowry? If we get to camp and other people are outperforming him, there's a possibility they move on. I doubt it, though. He's a really solid player. Guy who probably plays a little bit above his expected level, and is a guy who's a very valuable complementary piece, I would say. You need a big heaping helping of some extra cheese, Daniel. That's why I'm here. The regular season is so far away, Alex. I was talking about that in the office today. It's like this is it now, the long slog. Although the Packers did announce we've got some dates for you. That's right. July 23rd or 24th is the shareholders meeting, and July 25th is the start of training camp. So we have a date to look forward to when we will see Packers football at Ray Nitschke Field. I can't wait. Thoughts on playing Dallas this year? Jake, I'm always excited to play Dallas. Always excited to kick that Dallas butt. Bakhtiari, Jenkins, Lindsley, Turner, Bulaga. That is one possibility. No doubt about it. Will Lazard be on the team at the start of the season? It's a very good question. We'll see. They didn't make those moves. They made a couple moves earlier this week, cutting a few members of the team. They're down to 88 people. So there's no immediate reason to. I think they'll get through the offseason program and see what he offers. But long odds. He's going to have to completely turn some heads each and every day to get even a shot. Sternberger and Tanyan equals Super Bowl. Nice, Kate. Really liked what I saw from Lancaster last year. I think he makes the 53. Mike, I think he's going to have to fight to do it, but yeah, I do. I think he does. I think, much like you, I was very impressed with what we saw very unexpectedly from an undrafted free agent who came in there and, especially early, very much outperformed on Travius Adams. If he can continue to develop, can continue building on the things he learned and did last year, it's a very good shot that he's on the 53. Do I think Mike Daniels gets traded? Oscar, I don't. I think he's a valuable piece, and I think it would take a considerable offer to pry him away from Green Bay. Now, do I think they'll listen? Absolutely. But, I think anyone who's going to trade for him is going to have to give him a big deal. And coming off the injury, they don't have to give him a deal, but you would expect he would want a big deal. And I just can't see someone giving up draft capital for a guy coming off a pretty significant injury. Now, you never know. It only takes one team, but I would be surprised. Do I think Gary could rotate into the middle linebacker spot? I would be surprised. With the current CBA, does the offense need to be dumbed down? No, not at all. They're still paid professionals, no matter what the limitations or rules are regarding what they are able to be taught when, etc. There's still a playbook, still an offense. They're still professionals. They have to learn it. Zach Brown puts this defense over the top. Got to get him. Not so sure I agree with your police work there, John. PJ Raji, because he must be mentioned. Thomas, he already was, but thank you for playing. How many people will accidentally at Jake Stoneburner on Twitter the first time Sternberger drops a pass? That's excellent, Kevin. Is it July yet? Can't wait for training camp. Aaron, I'm with you, buddy. Right there with you. Do I think Adrian Amos is an upgrade from HaHa Clinton Dix? Jake, didn't we go through these wars last month after free agency on Twitter? I think he's a more well-rounded player. I think he's solid. I think he's probably a better tackler. I think HaHa Clinton Dix is a bit rangier, probably has a bit better nose for the football. But overall, I think Amos complements what they're going to hopefully get from Savage, and he will be an upgrade in the sense of being able to solidify what has been just a major problem area for the Green Bay Packers for a long time. Packers have a lot of depth with upside. I agree with that assessment, Patrick. It's also another way of saying they got a lot of unknowns, a lot of unknown stuff going on their roster. Was Aaron's problems last year that he was always chased out of the pocket? Not necessarily. I mean, that certainly happened, but there were also times when he was turning down stuff underneath or the initial throw, waiting for something to come open deeper, or just turning down open throws for whatever reason. It wasn't one thing. It's never one thing, especially in the game of football when there's so many people working in concert. Was he chased out of the pocket a lot? Yes, absolutely. The interior really had trouble holding up last year, and that caused a lot of the issues, but it wasn't strictly that. You see any big play players that could get cut from other teams the Packers would bring in? Usually, Christian, if you're a big play player, you don't get cut. I mean, crazy stuff happens, but I would be surprised. Will Tremont play corner or safety? Alex, all the words coming out of 1265 indicate that he will be back at cornerback this year. Zach Brown was top 5 in tackles last year. Yeah. And so was Blake Martinez. So you already got one of those guys. So you're good. My evaluations suck. How would he not help this defense? Would he help? Yeah. Would he put it over the top? Adding him or not adding him is not going to be the difference in this team being a successful defense or doing anything in the postseason if they get there. Your comprehension of football is what sucks, sir. Cheers. Have you ever played King Lear? I I did a Lear soliloquy in school. With a little luck and some more killer approach, Packers can go all the way this year. All right, John, let's slow down. Could they go all the way? Sure. Could they shock the world? Why not? But let's get to camp and see what some of these guys look like with pads on. Have a Budweiser for me, buddy. I'm at work listening to you in California, Sacramento. Larry, I would if I had any beverages in front of me. I do not at the moment, but I'll certainly crack a cold one for you tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone, this is like, I think this is the new what's going on with Cole Madison question. Do you think we have a top 10 defense? Oscar, ask me again when we get to see these guys in pads. We get to see these rookies in action. A lot of potential, a lot of possibilities. We don't know anything yet. Do they carry 4 tight ends on the 53? Who goes? Good question, Sly. There's a possibility they carry 4. I think the odds are long, and I think Tonyan is probably your candidate. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they moved on from Mercedes Lewis. If they cut him before week 1, vested veteran, his salary is not guaranteed. It only becomes guaranteed if he's on the roster week 1. So maybe they make that move. But that is way down the line. That would require both Tonyan and Sternberg to come in and ball out in a way people aren't expecting, making maybe Lewis expendable. But I suspect they'll go 3, and if there is a candidate to be moved on from, it's Tonyan. He's Gary in a fullback package. I like it. Packers trade Davis for a bag of Cheetos. Yeah, I think he's got at least a little bit of interest in the sense that he's a seasoned return guy. So if anyone's looking for a returner, say later in camp, maybe there's an injury someplace else, the Packers can't find a place for him on the roster, most teams are going to know that, yeah, he's probably going to get cut, but maybe they want to cut the line and give up a 7th-round pick. It's a possibility. I can see it happening. Who do you see as our 2 starting guards week 1? Frank, if I had to guess right now, here early May, I would say Lane Taylor and Billy Turner. But a lot to play out yet. Your comprehension of football sucks t-shirts available on cheeseheadtv.com. How come we never see you in Packers gear? I only wear Packers gear like on game day. And even then, I don't really wear it a whole lot. I've got a few special items that I wear, but in my day-to-day life, very rarely. Do I think Jenkins will eventually be a starter? Yes, I do. Absolutely. 1,000%. Frank, I talked about the Mike Daniels trade thing earlier. There's no official rumor. It's just Tom Silverstein writing that the Packers should be looking to field offers, which I tend to agree with. I mean, if somebody's going to give up a significant amount of draft capital for him, then yeah, you got to listen. But I don't suspect that teams really will. And I think the Packers are a better team with him on it. Can Dexter Williams beat out Jamal? Joshua, yeah, I would think so. I'm not calling it right now, but is the possibility there? Sure. Let's see what happens. The pads come on and they start running. Where's Packerman right now? He is in Corey Banky's office over there. Who returns punts? We are lacking there. John, right now, you got to think Trevor Davis, but we'll see if he sticks. What product do you use in your hair? What is it called? Sleep, and then water, and then my hand running through it until it's not going crazy everywhere. And that's it. Are we the preseason darlings? You and me? No. The Packers? I doubt it. Does Corey hate the Bucks as much as the Brewers? I don't think Corey thinks about the Bucks at all. Although, hey, check out his tweet yesterday. He was at Hinterland having dinner, and he was watching the Brewers. He said the only thing that would make it better is if it was football season. So he was watching the Brewers of his own free will and not hating it. So baby steps, right? I think Corey's kind of pushback on the Brewers last year was that, the Brewers went on this run that we're not used to them going on. It interfered with his football watching, his football fandom. I think he's fine with the Brewers. I would love to see a methodical offense where we run the plays given with ample time on the clock. Benjamin, I feel you on the running down of the play clock. That's complete annoyance on my part as well. I'm all for an efficient offense, and I think it's something I addressed on Daily yesterday. I mean, look, you just look at the difference that this offense made for Jared Goff. Imagine the difference it could make for Aaron freaking Rodgers. That's a pretty exciting possibility right there. Is the game in Canada for preseason on? Interesting enough, Mark Murphy spoke about that on the radio this morning on the Wilde and Tausch program. He said that tentatively it is set, but it is not. They haven't signed the deal yet. There's still a possibility that game could actually end up in Lambeau, but right now it is tentatively set for Canada. Are the Brewers missing Miley or what? Yes, they are. Don't get me started on Stearns, man. He had one job this offseason, improve that pitching staff. And did he? No, he fooled around, and now we're reaping the benefits, or lack thereof. Don't get me started, man. Are you happy with our running back group? I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see Williams on the field. I really like his style. Love Aaron Jones. You guys know I love Jamal Williams. So, yeah, I think it's and don't forget Capri Bibbs. Probably has a very long shot to make it. But, yeah, I'm excited. John, does anybody know? Nobody knows about the draft picks. Over, under that J.K. Scott follows Banky. I'll say under, whatever it is. I want to know Mark Murphy's mom's Twitter username. I hear you, Sam. That was a great story he told, actually. She was all over the LaFleur stuff before anybody else. Did they draft Lindsley's replacement? That's a very good question. Obviously Jenkins has experience at center, has played up and down the line. Lindsley's still, I think, midway through his deal at this point. I think it's a little early to be talking about you got to find Lindsley's replacement. But it's nice to have a capable backup, somebody who's actually played the position, as opposed to the last 2 seasons where who knows what would have happened, but we didn't have to find out because Lindsley did not miss a single snap the last 2 years. So, yeah, I'm not ready to say that he's the eventual replacement, set it in stone, etc., because we still got some time to play out on Lindsley's deal, but it's nice to have a little insurance there. We get this question a lot. Daniel, are there any undrafted players that you were excited about? Yeah, Matt Eaton, the wide receiver out of Iowa State. Interestingly enough, I saw today that he only got one call. The Packers were the only team that called him after the draft, which makes me want to root for him even more. That's long odds, obviously, at that position, but I was just watching his tape, and I really like his game. I'm excited to see what he can do. As a Cyclone fan, I punched a wall seeing Montgomery to the Bears. John, oh, that hurt. That one freaking hurt. What's the worst part about it was, I think maybe 20 minutes before that pick happened, I had tweeted out, I just want David Montgomery in a Packers uniform. Is that too much to ask? And then, of course, 20 minutes later, the Bears select him. And, of course, Bears Twitter jumped all over that tweet because they have no life. Would you rather have an elite left tackle or cornerback? Woo! That is a good question. I mean, there are a lot of context questions there, but ultimately, if we're talking elite, if we're talking I don't know, Patrick Peterson or Darrelle Revis or, in their primes, the best of the best, probably the corner. So because, especially with the Packers, you got Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers led an offense that, scored 1 billion points, completely wrecked scoring records with Marshall Newhouse playing 9 games at left tackle. They can make it work. Corner, change everything. Let's see what we got here. Why are tickets so damn expensive? I'm a broke college kid. Welcome to the NFL, kid. But look, when you come into money, use Ticket King. The Ticket King has been around since 1992, located right across the street from Lambeau Field. They have all your tickets, the Packers games, both at home and away. You can find them on cheeseheadtv.com. There's a link right there. Promotion in motion, baby. The Bears still suck. That is correct. Jair has potential to be elite. I agree with that. Very promising rookie year. No doubt about it. Just needs some consistency. First time in the chat, 2 live answers. Cheesehead TV rocks. Thanks, John. Do I think Rodgers will have an MVP kind of season? I do. I'm very excited about his possibilities in this offense. And I'm getting more and more excited about it as the offseason goes on, and I study it more. Best non-winning Super Bowl QB, Dickey or Magic? Oh, that's not even close. It's Lynn Dickey. And I love Magic, but Lynn Dickey. Is Cheesehead TV more professional or raw Packers fan? Yes. Do you think we see Jair get a second chance returning this year? Yeah, that's a good question, Brandon. He was thrown out there last year, dropped 2 right away. So I don't know. I would suspect they'll put him back there during camp with the group. They always have like 3 or 4 guys kind of rotating through, and I suspect he'll be in that group. Do you think it's unrealistic to think Super Bowl this year in LaFleur's first season? Arthur, yes, it's totally unrealistic. But you know what? That's kind of the fun, right? We're fans. We want them to go to the Super Bowl and win it. So why the hell not? Let's be unrealistic, man. Let's go, you and me. Super Bowl or bust. I'm all in. Does Cole Madison have 4 or 3 years left on his contract? Tobias, he has 4 years. He will be entering the first year of his rookie contract this year. He was on a reserve list, exempt list, yes, last year. So his contract told, which means it starts this season. So yes, they will have him for 4 years, provided they want to keep him. Gruden won a Super Bowl his first year as head coach. Yes, he did, with a team that had a all-pro defense ready-made waiting for him. And all he had to do was insert his offense on the other side of the ball. Not ready to say the Packers are quite there yet. That's just me. Oh, and he played the team he knew the best in the entire league in that Super Bowl. Is Tramon Williams still 1,000,000 years old? Mike, we'll have to find out if he's ever put back on punt return. I guess we'll find out. He also inherited a Super Bowl team. Yeah, Brandon, I mean, kind of. Speed on defense has been an issue. Do they gain enough this offseason? I think so. Again, that's one of those, it looks great on paper. How does it all work together? How do these guys play as a unit, and or do they play to that speed? But yeah, they've definitely had Savage alone should change things. His ability to work from sideline to sideline should really help, both in the run game and in coverage. But yeah, we got to see how it all works together. But yes, looking at it right now, looking on paper in May, yeah, I think they've done a lot. Will you be doing a Packers Daily from Banky's yard in Green Bay on game days? I'll be doing something on game days. Watch this space. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to jump. Thank you so much for all the questions. I'm sorry if I couldn't get to yours. I'll be back tomorrow with some more extra cheese for you guys. In the meantime, please subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends, tell your family, like us on Facebook. Join our Patreon. $5 a month supports everything we do. And yeah, like I said, use Ticket King. If you need tickets, they got them all, both home and away games. It's there at cheeseheadtv.com. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.